Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco.
I'm Chris, and this is Galactus.
And this is Galactus, and that's the Sentinel. Today we got a smaller stack, still not too bad. I mean, that's still a decent stack. But for us, we got away pretty lightly.
Pushing his chest button turns his head on, too.
Huh.
Neat.
I didn't know that. Anyway, I think I spent less than half than I did last week on comics.
I spent $10.
Wonderful news. So let's go ahead and hop into it. We have Strange number 7. Awesome cover A here. Really cool cover. And another great read. Really enjoyed this one. It's for me, it's really between this book and the next book that
What's the next book?
Constantly
Yes.
fight back and forth between my current favorite read.
I'm very biased. The next book is my favorite
But
read.
I think what's so great about this,
especially this.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But I think what's so great about Strange, for me, is he took a character that I kind of knew and kind of thought was cool, but like, I've fallen in love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is, again, like I said, it is at the top of my list. I read a lot of books, and it's up there. Just an absolutely amazing series. Only 7 issues in. And I think it's really strong. We also picked up a variant cover here. I'm not sure the artist's name, but a really cool book. Doesn't beat out the A cover though. This A cover is just sweet. Might be the best cover of the series. Really rad one. Anyway, so moving on to another Jed McKay book. We have Moon Knight Annual number 1, the classic homage to, where's it at? Here we go. Classic homage to...
kind of doing like the same pose almost.
Oh yeah.
His arm is slouched down.
I mean, no, it's definitely supposed to be a direct homage.
Not the exact same.
It's pretty dang close. Anyway, pretty fun cover here.
I can't even spoil it.
I think this is a fun homage that, is definitely very different and doesn't try to do it better necessarily. It's just different, So I like it. And does he have this many moons?
He has 4 in him there.
Yeah, there's 4 in here as well.
And then
so,
not that, a little bit different.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, to me this
they
looks
look less like moons and more like actual throwing, like batarangs, but he forgot to cut out the bat symbol on.
This looks like someone
one
that's seen this cover 1,000 times and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna recreate this cover
by memory."
Rather than, I feel like a lot of homages are people like sitting right next to it and like not tracing it, but sometimes, but other times like I'm gonna try to make this exactly how it is, and then that typically doesn't work out very well. But anyway, Annual was a great read. Absolutely awesome. Really liked it. We got a B cover here as well. Really cool cover. Where he is just the brightest thing in the world.
I don't even know how it works. He glows.
Great issue. Is this the same artist, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
From the main series.
Moon Knight. He glows in that too.
Yeah, the artwork is incredible in this
book,
issue.
They make him glow. I don't know how it works.
And that is one thing that Moon Knight has over Strange for sure. Is that the art in every issue of Moon Knight is pretty freaking amazing.
Well, I think it's died down a bit. Where it used to be like the first and last panel were just
this is a
phenomenal.
Really good panel.
That one's really good, yeah.
That one's really good. I do like the art in Strange, not to sound like I don't, but the artwork in Moon Knight is just phenomenal. Man, this is a really good issue. This is a really solid issue. I think we can safely say there is some werewolf activity here.
Yeah, it is Jack Russell.
Yeah,
but I can't say anything else.
It's a really solid issue. It's a nice thicker issue. So it's a self-contained story. It definitely is the exact same Moon Knight from this current series and everything, but it's just a little side story, which I did have a bit of a prelude, I guess, in what was that we just read? Crypt of Shadows, was that it?
I didn't read Crypt of Shadows.
Oh, you didn't read it?
No.
I think there was a slight prelude in Crypt of Shadows to this. I think. I'm pretty sure. Because I was setting something up, and I think it was this. Maybe not. I don't know. I could be wrong. Even though I don't think that was McKay on that story. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it. But anyway, yeah, don't want to spoil anything. It was a great read. Definitely check it out. I think you could probably still enjoy it even if you haven't been reading Moon Knight. But
Yeah.
definitely, there's a lot. I guess there's a lot of characters that were introduced in this series.
Yeah.
That you'd be like, who are they? Those people. But anyway, so moving on to Iron Cat number 5, the finale. This has been a fun series. It's been good. Don't like it as much as the previous Black Cat run. And oh, by the way, 3 Jed McKay books in a row is the week of Jed McKay. And this series was okay for me. I think he just had a little story that he wanted to tell. I feel like this could have just been like a little arc of Black Cat. I feel like he didn't necessarily need to end the last run. It could have just kept going, and then just had like an Iron Cat arc, in the run. I don't know. I know, but now then after that, he's getting ready to do a run of Mary Jane and Black Cat. So
did he write the one shot of them too?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which was fun.
Yeah. Oh, he's amazing. He's an amazing writer. I really like literally everything he's written. I've really, really enjoyed at the very least. At the very least, I've really, really enjoyed it. And this might be my least favorite thing by him, is the Iron Cat run, which I do like. I'm not being negative. I'm just saying, like, as far as the last run of Black Cat, this Moon Knight and Strange, which is way better than this. Taskmaster is up there for sure. Man, I wish he continued that. It was just a 5-issue miniseries. I would love for him to go back with Taskmaster, because it was awesome. It was phenomenal. But anyway, moving on. A book I didn't read, Chris did, but an amazing cover. Axe. This is the final one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Axe, the last one, with this awesome art germ cover. It's crazy. Like, I don't care
This is
about.
a really nice cover.
I think Chris cares about Dazzler a bit. I don't really at all.
I don't care about.
But man, what a cover! Yeah, it's gorgeous. Anyway, so how's the wrap up, the finale?
It's okay.
Okay, you've been loving this series.
There were some really good moments in it.
In this issue or the series?
In this issue.
Okay.
But I think the conclusion as a whole was okay.
Is there an Omega or anything?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know there's still more books after this. Tie-ins.
Yeah.
That haven't come out yet. That are supposed to happen after this.
Okay. Well, alrighty. Well, would you recommend people check out this Axe event?
I suppose if you're reading X-Men, or if you're reading Avengers, this would be nice. A nice read, I'd say. I kind of like where it leaves off. I can't say anything for spoiler reasons, but what it might say for the future.
Okay. Very vague, maybe even a little cryptic. Then moving on, we have another one that Chris read. I did not. Thunderbolts number, what is this? 4? Is that 4? 3? Yeah.
Thunderbolts has been very okay.
Very okay. Yeah, I didn't want to start this series because mainly I'm a little irritated with, I've talked about it before, but how they just keep forgetting about the Thunderbolts they've established. They'll set up a team and they're like, you want to do a different Thunderbolts team? I'm bored. That's what it feels like. Even though I think the one from
they fight
2 runs ago was a really, really good run and ended in a really interesting spot. I was excited for the future of them, and we never got that.
They fight the villains on the cover for 2 pages.
Yeah.
The entire book.
I wonder if because there was a lot of hype around Taskmaster building up to the Black Widow movie. Because, that was another character a lot of people didn't know. Been one of my favorite characters for a long time. But a lot of people didn't know who Taskmaster was at all. And then weren't super thrilled with the Taskmaster from the movie. So I wonder if, the waning popularity caused them to stray away. Because we got an awesome Taskmaster run. We got that awesome Thunderbolts run, which you didn't read, but Taskmaster was like the leader of that group and was a really interesting character. Had some secrets hidden away that we didn't find out about and maybe never will at this point. And then he was a robot in the last Thunderbolts run. He didn't say anything interesting at all or do anything interesting. He was just there and got beat up every now and then. Anyway.
I like in Thunderbolts 1 of this one.
Yeah.
The old Thunderbolts were on the run because, Luke Cage is mayor now, and they're criminals. And so they're holed up in some warehouse or whatever, but they've been found by the current Thunderbolts. And Taskmaster's like, I can fight any of you. And then America Chavez shows up. And this is not movie America Chavez. This is comic America Chavez. She's very overpowered. There's nothing Taskmaster could do. And he's just like, I think I'm just going to surrender. I think this is my easiest option.
Yeah. See, there was nothing like that in the run before this. He was just... He might as well not have had dialogue in the last run. But, anyway, moving on, we have the variants number 4. I think there's only one more issue to this run. I think it's a 5-part mini. This series continues to be very strange.
Strange, but good.
It's good. I feel like I could never have predicted what's going to happen next, like from issue to issue. At the end of issue 1, if you asked me what's going to happen next, I just would have got it wrong with each preceding issue. Because the last one ended pretty wild. It messed me up. Like, I was like, I don't know what's about to happen. And in a way, some of that came into fruition. I don't want to spoil anything, but
yeah.
But yeah, then this one left on a pretty crazy thing as well, though, that I didn't see coming. So, yeah, and a pretty cool, like retro styled cover, which is fun. And then I got a couple of books that neither of us read. Picked up Venom 12 here. This awesome Ryan Stegman cover of Codex with the Necro Sword.
Who's Codex?
Codex is a character from Donny Cates' run. It's basically an alternate reality future Dylan that is evil. And I don't know. It's kind of funny to me. Again, I stopped reading this run. We weren't enjoying it. But I know Codex has entered. It's not just a cool cover. I know that he's in the story now. So it kind of almost feels like to me, at least from what I've heard. Like I said, I hadn't flipped through it at all. But I mean, I was picking it up just because it's a sick Stegman cover.
And I forgot the inside art was bad too.
Yeah, Hitch is not very good.
Drawing Venom particularly, like the rest of it's fine.
it's particularly his Venom. He doesn't understand Venom for whatever reason.
Specifically his jaw,
and his eyes. His eyes are so crucial to
God,
Venom.
look at the next cover. Ugh.
Yeah, his cover A for this issue wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. But I mean, it was no Stegman cover.
Yeah.
Like, that cover is just insane. But anyway, I just find it funny. There's been so many new characters introduced into this new Venom run, and nobody cares about any of them. And it's like, well, what if we bring back one of Cates' characters? Did you read the last issue of Thor?
Nope.
You didn't, did you? Okay. I found out something about the Venom run through that issue. That I don't want to spoil until you read it, because it was actually a surprisingly good issue of Thor, which I'm really enjoying Thor. But the last 2 issues were written by Ewing. Issue before this was boring, to say the least. But the last issue, pretty good actually. So I picked up Strange Academy Finals #1. I still haven't read this series. I'm going to, I promise, one day, eventually, probably. Also picked up a sweet Art Adams Danny Moonstone. Shay and Heather didn't like this cover. I thought it was weird.
Yeah, I like it.
I think it looks awesome. I love Art Adams. And actually, to his credit, which, you know, a big criticism that you might hear sometimes for Art Adams is he gives everyone the same face, and that's kind of like his trademark. But I think there's some similarities, but I think that's definitely a much tighter face than he normally gives. I think it's fairly different. But again, like for me, if he started doing different faces, I wouldn't care. For me, it's really his line work that I'm in love with. I mean, like in his shaping and everything. That's good. Anyway, before we go on to the rest of it, which isn't too much, but did want to tell you all, this weekend is going to be pretty awesome. I have some really cool videos coming out. We have been working on something special that's really, really cool. So, this weekend upcoming is Halloween weekend. I'm going to stab Chris, and it's going to be great. No, anyway, we got a really cool video that we've put a lot of work into. Me specifically has put even more work into, and it's going to be really cool. And there's going to be involving it another cool giveaway. So, yeah, just stay tuned for all the details on that. Friday is going to be the Halloween special that we're going to have. And like I said, we put a lot of work into it. I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time, and I really hope you all enjoy it. Other than that, tonight, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be live streaming. We have a lot of action figures to open up, mess around with.
Yes.
We're going to be, chilling with Galactus here. Ask them any questions you may have.
They'll answer.
But anyway, we got a lot of other stuff. We had a 4-year anniversary sale at our shop this past weekend. So there was lots of things on sale, like crazy markdowns. And some of them we just couldn't let go. So some of the stuff we already had, but, army building and some new stuff. And, and we picked up, I don't even know, we got a bunch of stuff over there. I also mentioned in the Galactus video that we traded away our Nova to a friend who really, really wanted her. But we got some really cool figures in that trade, and I can't wait to show you all that too.
Excuse me. Do you mind?
I feel left out over here. Anyway, so definitely swing by tonight. We'll be hanging out. Might play some video games afterward. Kind of depends on. I never really know how long our action figure streams are going to take up.
Show off that little guy.
Nope. I'm showing them off in the action figure stream. We dug out some. These aren't new. We've had these for a long time, but I got some new additions to my desk. I keep all kinds of little cute knickknacks. I showed off some of them before. Like this little Agumon. I got a Potamon stuffy over there too. We got this little Stegosaurus little fella. Anyway, I got all kinds of little things, and there's been a couple new additions, but if you want to see what they are, you gotta catch us in our live stream. Hang out with us for a bit. And honestly, if you're not watching our live streams, you probably wouldn't appreciate what that is too much anyway.
Probably a loser too.
Anyway, let's go ahead and finish up. We have
3 books?
I think so. Yeah, we have a single DC book here, which is
Every time I look at the title, I think there's like a big stain on it.
Yeah, I know. Where's the number? Oh, there it is. Sergeant Rock number 2, which Chris is reading.
Yeah, it's fun.
That I got?
I mean, it's all it is. It's fun.
It is fun.
It's not the best story in the world. It's not the best writing.
This is, what's his name, isn't it?
Who?
Guy that plays Ash.
Oh, yeah, Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell, yeah, there we go.
Not the best.
So
he does all right. He knows fun, I guess.
Sergeant Rock, and he is fighting the Army of the Living Dead.
Nazi zombies.
That's all you need to know, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so on to our indie stuff, which is a very, very short list, but some cool books. We have Vanish number 2, which is really, really awesome. This issue starts off strong. I liked the first issue. I thought it was really, really cool. I had a lot of questions of intrigue, not questions I don't understand, but I can't wait to figure out what what's going on here and that type of stuff, the good type of questions. And then the way this one opens was like, what? That's where you're going in this story, and it's not even like, oh, it's just so good. I don't want to spoil it. I can't spoil it because if you're not reading this, you need to. Again, this is Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman doing the art. Art's awesome. Oh man, what a killer opening to a book. And yeah, I'm super excited for the next one. And then on to the next one. You did read this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. We have Stuff of Nightmares, number 2. This is the comic from R.L. Stine of Goosebumps fame. What a weird little horror story.
Yeah.
I think what works best about this book is there's a bit of like campiness to it, but it's also just strange and just bizarre. I don't as far as much as I want to say like some parts are kind of cliche, at the same time I feel like I've never read a horror story like this, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a weird mix of emotions, I guess, but it's just really weird. We didn't get to see too much of what's this little guy named Frankie?
Frankie?
Yeah, we didn't get to see too much of Frankie.
Love Frankie. He's weird.
He's very strange. I'm very curious to see what will happen to Frankie. Do you think Frankie's gonna make it?
I don't think Frankie's gonna make it.
I don't think Frankie's gonna make it either. Man, it's just a weird book. If you're a fan of Goosebumps, or if you're even just a fan of horror, this is a really interesting, strange horror book. That's kind of disturbing, like just a little bit of disturbing. It's not like super, oh my god, but it's like sounds kind of messed up, you know. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I got for this week. Like I said, that's a rather small stack for us. That's pretty light. We're recording this not at 3 in the morning. It's been a while.
Despite how tired I might be.
It's been a while. I'm really tired too, but it's been raining all day. It drains me. I don't know about him, but it drains me. That's all we got, though. Like I said, I'm super excited. I hope you all can make it to the live stream tonight. We have lots of cool things to show off. And then this weekend, I got something super, super special that, like I said, we put a ton of work into. And because of my excitement about it, I've decided I'm going to do a giveaway with it as well, which is going to be really, really cool. It's a really sweet giveaway. Y'all are going to dig it. So that's all I have for you. As always, let me know what you're reading, whether it's something the same, something different, whether you like it, don't like it, whether, I love when I get comments, people saying, you know what, I decided to check out this book because of your suggestions. So, if you just started reading Strange because of my suggestions or something like that, and you're loving it, like, that's always amazing. I love to read those type of comments. And, also, I've checked out some books that other people have told me to check out. So, I can't read everything, but, make some suggestions. I might check it out. But yeah, that's all. You got anything, Chris?
No.
Alrighty, well, we'll see you next time.
Bye.